Hello YouTube. This is uh, this is a video about a Brooks leather saddle, so I'll go on and show you it now. Here is a Brooks Swift titanium rail leather saddle. What I like about this saddle is got copper rivets, which look nice against the black. Plus the copper is more gentle on the leather than metal ones. Plus the rails here are made out of titanium, which is a lot lighter but stronger than steel. There is a cheaper version. You can get chrome metal rails and metal rivets, but again, these are more gentle on the leather, the copper ones. Basically, I rang the factory, Brooks factory, spoke to a gentleman on the phone, and I asked him the best way to take care of my Brooks saddle. And he advised me, because of not using mud flaps on my bike, to use some Brooks Proofhide. It's basically a little jar, or a little tin rather, of beeswax and other ingredients that you apply with your finger and you rub it into the leather. And I coated all the underneath once, and apparently you only need to do it the once ever underneath, and that obviously gives it some water protection, so that when you're out and you're riding, the water ain't gonna soak your leather and make it soggy and stretch and ruin it. So, and I asked him how often I should proofhide the top of the saddle, and he said only once every 6 months, no more. If you put it on too much, too often, it'll make the leather too soft and basically ruin your saddle. So important again, only once every 6 months, and you put it on by finger, rub it in, leave it 2 hours, then rub it off, and shine them up, and that's how to take care of your Brooks leather saddle. So I've built this bike myself. I custom built it myself. Basically, I bought the frame from eBay. It's a giant NRS Air frame. I do believe they retailed for about £750. I got it for about £300 with the rear shock, but I've since replaced the rear shock for a new one. It's such a pleasure to ride. It's a 27 gear Shimano XT, all Shimano XT, Shimano XT gears, Shimano XT brakes, hydraulic brakes, carbon fibre handlebars with a carbon fibre seat post. Obviously better for weight, strong as well. Shimano XT wheel hubs, Shimano XT gearing all the way through, suspension front forks. So basically, if you want a Brooks saddle, this one set me back about £166, but I got £6 cash back, so that kind of rounds it up to 160, which is kind of a good price considering they go for about 185. So not a bad deal. But like I said, you can get cheaper saddles, Brooks saddles, but at the end of the day, this one's lighter because of the titanium rails, plus the copper rivets. I think it's a nice piece of art, work of art. It's expensive, but if you look after it, it should last you a lifetime. And if I compare it with my old saddle, which is down here, you'll see if I put the saddle on top of this one, it's very similar in size, very similar, not a lot of difference at all. And some people say that when you ride your Brooks saddle, you have to break them in for the first few hundred miles, and it's very uncomfortable until you do that. But I rode mine today, and I didn't find it too uncomfortable. I guess the leather will shape itself to my posterior, and will be a bit more comfortable. There's at the front of the saddle there's a tension nut here, which you shouldn't really play with that at all, but after the saddle has become a little bit stretched over time and age, you just turn the nut which keeps the tension on the saddle. So there you go, there's a video of the Brooks Saddle Swift Titanium. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I've showed you the best way to care for your saddle.